Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. So I actually started this video yesterday, but there's a slight learning curve. Took me and my dad and my mom actually a few hours to figure out how to get the ball rolling with this, and we got it going. Before they got here, I was under the impression I was supposed to do this a certain way. Turns out it's not really the system that I have, but regardless, what I'm getting at is it's siding time. We have a pile of Everlast siding sitting in my driveway. I was under the impression I was supposed to do something with some blocks. That's not the case anymore. I don't know if they changed their trim system or what happened, but that doesn't apply. So basically everything that I filmed yesterday is irrelevant. So we kind of got the ball rolling. My dad took care of trimming out this window here, and then he actually did me a huge favor and got this corner all cut in and put up. It goes from what will be the top of the stone all the way up to the bottom of the second floor overhang. That is all one piece. He did an awesome job with cutting that in, all those notches and everything. While he was doing that, I was on the front side. Him and my mom were over here working on that. I was on the front side putting the trim up around the walk-in door, and then I got a little bit overzealous and wanted to get some siding up to see what it looks like. So there you go. We're going with a nice slate gray color. Big fan of that. And I wanted to get over here nice and early this morning so I could get my Lasgu laser set up on my tripod. That is my time-lapse camera tripod, but I needed it. Hey, there goes a deer. She's like 20 yards away from me. Man, I love it here. Look, there's another one. Come on, buddy. Where are you at? He's behind the lift. She's behind the lift. There she is. Anyways, I wanted to get my laser set up so I could broadcast it based off of the bottom of my siding here. This is all stone. This bump out right here is going to be all stone. Wrapping the corners, we'll have siding, siding, siding. This is stone, wrapping the corners. This is siding the whole way around, but we are going stone from the bottom of these windows down. So, like I said, I needed to get a line broadcasted and marked the whole way across so I can run my corner pieces, my window trim, and yeah, get the ball going here. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the time-lapse camera up. This side over here is ready to be sided, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that up because I really like seeing this stuff go up, and I think that'll make for a pretty cool time-lapse. So we'll go ahead and get the trim run to the top of that window. Enjoy. Not trim, siding. Enjoy. Okay, so I kind of went as far as I can. I might actually have to take this small piece out so that I can notch around my lighting box there. We're stopping there so I can do my trimming around that light box, and then I'll run my siding around it. Tim showed up. He's giving me a hand. We're gonna start doing these corners and casings, and maybe get some siding run here. So I'm gonna get the lift fired up, bring it over, make our lives a little bit easier. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Monday morning here, Labor Day, so we're off work today. And, oh, I'm getting paid. That's nice. Paid days off are always good. But the last 2 days, I think, I've spent over here working on siding. Now, this Everlast siding is a new system for me to learn. So going a little bit slower, making sure I'm doing everything right so I don't have any water damage, any mistakes that are going to either cost me time or money or both. But all in all, it's going really well. We got a little bit of siding up over there. The bump out around the front door up to the top of that upper window there is stone. This bump out here is going to be all stone. We got some siding up here, and then we got almost this whole area trimmed in over here. I have to do my corner casing here up to the corner, and then we are good to run siding. Just a couple things about this system though. Everlast does make trim pieces that have built-in J-channel. So like your exterior corner here, you can see it has a notch for your siding to slip into. And then same with these. I'm using window and door casing here, and then I'll run some J-channel on this side. That way we'll have about the same aesthetics, but I don't have to pad the corner out, use 2 pieces of J-channel, just twice the work, twice the time. So again, window door casing here, and then J-channel will go here, but you can see that siding just slips in nice right like that. You don't have a line here from a piece of trim and then your piece of J-channel, so I really like that. And then you'll notice that after we put it up, we run a piece of weather stripping tape down this to help seal up those screw holes and everything. So if we do get some moisture back there, it's not going to run in through the screw, seep into the plywood. But this needs leveled and screwed. We have the pieces cut here, but I didn't have a level small enough. So whenever I put this in, I am leveling it just to make sure it doesn't get a little bit wonky, or, you know, make sure everything's seated. So we'll go ahead, finish up the trim over there, and then start running siding. I do have to trim out around that window, and as you can see, this window's done. Boy, does that look nice. You know, I'm not a trim guy, but I think I did a pretty decent job at that. I would like to just take a quick second and say thank you to my parents for coming over. I think that was Saturday morning for a little bit and helping, as well as my dad's friend Tim. Spent a lot of time here with me yesterday helping me out with the trim pieces and everything. It made it go a lot faster and a lot easier, so I really appreciate it, guys. Now, enjoy the time lapse. the drywallers started on Tuesday, like Tuesday afternoon. It's Saturday morning and they have the entire house hung. Like, I'm absolutely blown away with how fast the drywallers were moving. But they are here this morning finishing up. He said they need a couple hours this morning just to kind of finish stuff up and then clean up all the scrap. But you know, no big deal. So we're gonna go ahead and just get the tripod camera up and start filming with the time-lapse, getting the siding going up until these guys are done. You know, when they're working, they really like to have their radio blasting, and you know, kudos to them. I love it. But so we're gonna get the time-lapse camera up, and I'm just gonna start throwing siding up, and once they're all done and cleaned up, I can kind of walk you through what we did, how we did it, and why we did it. So enjoy. All right, everybody, so it might not look like much, but I got quite a bit accomplished today. It is about noon on Saturday. Let me wipe that lens off for you. Got drywall dust all over it. But with this siding, I want it to be here for a really long time, and I want to be able to pull into our driveway or pull up to our house and look at it going, that looks great. I don't want to start cutting corners because I was trying to hurry. I don't want to let things slide because it's, well, good enough. I want to pull into this house and go, this looks incredible. There isn't one thing I see that I would do differently. So I am taking my time doing this. I don't care if it takes me a year to get this siding up. I want it to look like a professional did it, because, you know, I have great advice coming my way from great siding installers, so I'm trying to follow that. I'm trying to take my time because I'm not a trim carpenter, so I want my cuts to be as precise as possible. Basically, I want it to look like I paid somebody to do this, knowing I did it myself. So it's just taken me a little bit more time, but we got it all, not all, but we got a lot accomplished. My dad had these pieces of siding and these pieces of siding cut. Got here this morning, taped off this doorway, put our corner J channel up with that little padding piece, got that siding in, got that siding in, measured and cut these two areas, and then we were just working our way around this doorway, trying to keep that piece nice and level, because I'm cutting off that little channel, so I can't do a new starter strip across the top. So just taking it 4 feet at a time, making sure this top part is nice and level, so that this second run on top of the door is going to be nice and level. I do need to get new boxes for up here, and to extend them out. I think I put them away, but the decorative pieces that we got for around these light fixtures are a little bit wider than I anticipated, so I need to get new boxes for up there, so I will get those later today. And we will be back here tomorrow working on more siding, trying to get, just, you know, slowly but surely chipping away at it. So, but I know I didn't cover the mitered corners like I originally planned, but I think we'll cover that in the next video, because this video is probably reaching my limit. I try to keep these videos 20 to 25 minutes for you guys. That's more than enough time to watch me fumble around and look like a joke. But no, I think you guys usually give me about 10 to 15 minutes on average per video, and that's more than I can ask. That's just, like I've said in previous videos, time's the one commodity that we cannot get more of. So the fact that you guys are even willing to give me a few seconds, let alone 10 to 15 minutes every time I post a video, means more to me than you guys will actually truly know. So with all that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning back in to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. If you liked what you saw, please click the like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the description for a link to our Etsy store. And now it's time for me to go spend a nice family Saturday afternoon down in Evans City at Pumpkin Fest. So thank you guys. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.